Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. I won't go on exile despite plans to arrest me, says El-Rufai. Suspects arrested as hoodlums beat Plateau copper to death. Unizik vows sanction as female student allegedly bites lecturer. I'm Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. Embattled former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai says he won't opt for exile despite the many rumors that he might be arrested and tortured by the Bola Tinubu administration. El-Rufai, who has been embroiled in a battle of words with the presidency and the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), said he won't be intimidated by the current administration. The former governor, in a response to a post by an ex-user, Imran Wakili, on the alleged plot to arrest him, said he would return to Nigeria from Egypt before February 20th, 2025. El-Rufai said he is aware of some rumors of arrest, detention and torture in some dungeon in the NSA's office since July 2024, when the so-called report of the Kaduna Assembly began circulating, adding that such similar messages of intimidation and threats have been sent through many of his friends, family and political associates because some people want him to go on self-imposed exile. Now, the prolonged disputes between the Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara and his predecessor, the current FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, has not only put the state in the news for the wrong reasons, but has also hindered the state from enjoying the full dividends of democracy. Despite several efforts at resolution, the battle seems not to have an end in sight. The unending battle between the two leaders has not only led to loss of lives but also destruction of state infrastructures. As the impact of this failed relationship continues to take its toll on the people of Rivers State, there is no doubt that when two elephants fight, certainly the grass must suffer. We have a commentary.
Fubara is not an ungrateful person.
Some, if not many people, are feeding fat from the prolonged disputes between two eminent sons of Rivers State, Barrister Nyesom Wike and Sim Fubara. One is former governor, while the other serving governor. No doubt, the former governor Wike saw his favorite man, Sim, to the government house. This must have cost a lot of resources, material and emotional. He wanted Fubara because he, Wike, saw him as the loyalist who will keep the flag flying. The duo understood themselves, so Wike was so sure there wouldn't be any coloration of policy somersaults, which has always been the hallmark of transition from one administration to another. In short, Fubara, in Wike's estimate, was the best man for the job. He therefore did all he could. In other words, he invested. That's Wike. It's pertinent to point it out here that Fubara all along has seen a father or big brother in Wike. In this kind of relationship, some people will be happy, while others, mostly those who believed the governorship must have been their portion, will be so disgruntled and be hoping for a face-off between Wike and Fubara. The few that would have fallen in love with the development are the real lovers of rivers. Even the row between Wike and Fubara shouldn't have made them take side with any of them. Clearview is of the opinion that both Wike and Fubara should look at what the relationship was in those days and reconcile without a third party. And this is possible. These two brothers should realize that there is no genuine third party in a case of this nature. From all indications, 90% of those dabbling into it are doing this selfishly, Through an intense review, it has been discovered that all those intervening in this matter are either Christians or Muslims. Remember, the Holy Bible in Matthew 5 verse 9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers," which simply means in the opposite, cursed are the fomenters of chaos. Even in the Holy Quran, some people were always identifying themselves as peacemakers. But because we trust God and believe in money, the messages of peace in the good books mean nothing to us. Wike is a PDP member serving in APC government. Don't be surprised. Some members of opposition may believe that the end of bitterness between Fubara and Wike may be the beginning of robust relationship again between Wike and PDP governors. They therefore have no choice but to be doing everything to make the fight messier for their selfish gain. Those who interview any of the two parties and get gratis will not be praying for settlement. This trend unfortunately emanates from both young and old. This is therefore calling on elder statesmen and women with the fear of God to intervene genuinely. Let it be said, even among generations unborn, that you have done well so far. Every utterances we make today are being recorded, and posterity will judge everyone. And to the two illustrious sons of River State, Clearview is saying, be quick to hear, but be slow to react. Those coming to Wike to say, don't mind that small boy, Fubara. Sir, Your Excellency, I tell you, these people don't mean well for you. When you are angry and you fume, at your back, they are the same ones that say Wike own too much. And to my governor, Fubara, you understand Wike more than all of us, who have constituted ourselves to be emergency commentators, analysts, and concerned people. Remember the good old days. Here, we still agree that you are not an ungrateful person. Here at Clearview, we are appealing to the two of you to please, for the progress of your darling state, forge out ways out of this quagmire. And how can you do this? Simply by disregarding the involvement of these people who are feeding fat on the fight. Long live River State.
The Plateau State Commissioner of Police, Emmanuel Adesina, on Tuesday announced the arrest of 26 suspects for various offenses, including one Samuel Dankat and Zinchen Wuberwe, in connection with the attack which led to the death of a National Youth Service Corps member in the state. According to reports, the serving Youth Corps member, identified as Safwan Adamu Fadi, was said to have been beaten to death by hoodlums in a shocking incident that occurred in Pangshin local government area of Plateau State. It was gathered that the victim, serving with the Federal University of Education in Pangshin, was reportedly attacked and beaten to death by a group of hoodlums who stormed a local stadium within the locality. Additional said the suspects were arrested after a thorough investigation and promised to do everything to bring the perpetrators to justice. The authorities of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State, have commenced an investigation into a scuffle involving a lecturer in the Department of Theatre Arts of the institution and a student over a filmed social media content. A spokesman of the school, Angelita Louis, said the management of the institution, led by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Joseph Ikebulu, would impose the appropriate sanction on any of the parties found culpable upon conclusion of its investigation. Clever News Imefono Kon has the details.
Excuse me. Can you imagine? Just
in a viral video circulating on social media, a third-year student in the Department of History and International Studies, identified as Cody Precious, was seen around the corridors dancing before her phone capturing a TikTok moment when the lecturer, Dr. Chukwudi Okoye, walked past her from behind, gently tapping the female student on the shoulder, asking her to give way. However, the student, pissed by the lecturer's action and interruption of a video moment, accused the lecturer of hitting her. The female student locked his shirt and dragged him among students and also allegedly bit the lecturer on the wrist and arm during the prowl. While the episode lasted, the lecturer was captured, maintaining his composure. In line with the core values of discipline, self-reliance, excellence, and adherence to the principles of fair hearing, equity, and justice, the acting Vice-Chancellor of the Management of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Joseph Ikechebulu, has ordered a full-scale, transparent, and unbiased investigation into the matter. Imefonu Kon, reporting for Clever News.
Nigerian singer Ahmed Ololade, popularly known as Asake, has confirmed his exit from YBNL Nation. Asake confirmed his exit from YBNL by releasing his latest song, Why Love, under his own imprint, Jairan Republic. The singer, who previously paid homage to Olamide in his first single of the year, Military, silencing rumors of a rift between them, have parted ways with Olamide's YBNL in a controversial manner. Recall that Asake got signed to YBNL Nation in February 2022 and signed a distribution deal with Empire in July 2022. However, despite his exit from YBNL, Asake still maintains his deal with Empire. Nigerian music legend Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Two-Face, has publicly expressed his love for Edo State lawmaker Honorable Natasha Osawaru, stating his desire to marry her. The singer made this revelation in a video shared on his Instagram handle in the early hours of Wednesday, amid his ongoing divorce from his wife Annie Idibia. Recall that speculation about Tubaba's relationship with the lawmaker intensified after he was spotted at the Edo State Assembly on Monday, followed by a video of them at a Lagos club. The singer also defended Osawaru, emphasizing that she had no involvement in his marital issues despite being dragged into the controversy. As the country director of the MacArthur Foundation, Dr. Kwale Ahmed Shatima clocked 65 years today, February 12, 2025. Clever News Desk beams its spotlight on a man who has been described by many as an agent for positive change and development. Born on February 12, 1960, to the late Malam Karagama and Ya Amsatu in Machina, Yobe State, Dr. Kwale Ahmed Shatima is a Nigerian academic, educator, community organizer, advocate, and grant maker whose work spans across various sectors including health, education, legal reform, international justice, human rights, women and girls' rights, social inclusion, among others. He completed his primary and secondary education in Yobe State before proceeding to the University of Maiduguri for his first degree program, and thereafter attended the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, for his master's degree and the University of Toronto, Canada, for his doctorate degree. Dr. Shatima briefly worked as a lecturer in Canada and the United States of America before returning to Nigeria in 1999. He has also volunteered for several organizations, including the Inter-Church Coalition on Africa, Women in Nigeria, and Machina Emirate Development Association. He has also been published in several academic journals, including Africa Development, Review of African Political Economy, African Studies Review, among others. Dr. Kwale Shettima joined the Nigeria office of the MacArthur Foundation in 1999 and was charged with the responsibility of grant-making in population and reproductive health, girls' secondary education, human rights and international justice, and the Partnership for Higher Education in Africa. Dr. Kwale Shettima, through the On Nigeria program of the MacArthur Foundation, has played a pivotal role in spearheading Nigerian-led initiatives aimed at enhancing accountability and combating corruption within the country. Over a remarkable decade spanning from 2014 to 2024, Dr. Shettima's visionary leadership has facilitated the disbursement of more than $150 million across 7 distinct modules, providing a structured framework for the allocation of 317 grants, benefiting a diverse array of 205 grantees and sub-grantee partners, with each designed to address various facets of corruption and promote transparency. Dr. Shettima's initiative has not only provided financial support, but has also empowered these organizations to implement innovative solutions and engage in advocacy efforts that resonate with the Nigerian populace. At the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when most of the vulnerable populations faced heightened deprivation and uncertainty, Dr. Shettima emerged as a pivotal figure in addressing these pressing issues. Recognizing the urgent need for support and resources, he successfully secured a substantial $5 million equity grant from the MacArthur Foundation, which was instrumental in facilitating access to essential information regarding vaccinations in a time when misinformation and fear was rampant. Dr. Shettima's influence extends far beyond the confines of the universities he has engaged with. It resonates throughout the wider academic community and beyond. His initiatives have not only advanced knowledge and research, but have also fostered a spirit of collaboration and innovation.
We have been supporting work especially around elections, because elections is a very important issue, and we have been looking at how can technology help to have a much more transparent and accountable elections. As a result of the development of technology, social media, I think that the field is beginning to take up and to try to have a bigger role in the lives of citizens and people. I think that a lot of it, have been really pushed by issues around elections. It's a big part of the reason why it is now maturing. But I would still say that it's still at a very an early stage of development. It's still at a stage in which I think it's yet to mature and become a big field in itself. I think that the field is gathering momentum, and we hope that in very, very near future, I think that new ideas, new ways of using civic tech will be developed in the country as well.
By nurturing social champions and leaders across diverse fields, he has played a vital role in the development and progress of Nigeria and the African continent. His outstanding leadership and unwavering commitment continues to motivate and empower individuals to effect positive change within their communities and beyond. In commemoration of Dr. Kwale Ahmed Shettima's 65th birthday, Clearview News Desk celebrates his unwavering commitment to human rights as well as his tireless advocacy, which has inspired countless individuals to stand up for what is right. And on the foreign scene, Cameroon President Paul Biya, the world's oldest head of state, who turns 92 years old on Thursday after more than 4 decades in power, has remained tight-lipped on whether he will run for another term in elections this year. According to human rights activists, Biya further toughened his autocratic grip on power, with dissenting opinions firmly met with repression, arrests, and prison terms after a highly contested election in 2018. However, many people, including the deeply divided opposition, are in little doubt that the leader who first won election in 1982 will stand for an 8th term in the October vote. Meanwhile, government spokesman and communication minister Rainy Emmanuel said last month that the president has already said that he will make known whether or not he is a candidate in the election at the appropriate time. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Embattled former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai says he won't opt for exile despite the many rumors that he might be arrested and tortured by the Bola Tinubu administration. The Plateau State Commissioner of Police, Emmanuel Adesina, on Tuesday announced the arrest of 2 persons in connection with the attack which led to the death of a National Youth Service Corps member in the state. The authorities of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State, have commenced an investigation into a scuffle involving a lecturer in the Department of Theatre Arts of the institution and a student over a filmed social media content. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.